that I can use that to browbeat all you pretty art people with your games. Everybody
you think I'm
loves
pretty?
this
That's
stupid
awesome.
game that even I admit looks like trash. I love the game. It's great, but it's a trash looking game.
We're gonna go to play shelf trade. Woo! All right. So far this is episode 4, and we've seen Chris, Andy, and John do one, and so now it's my turn. So without further ado, let's get into it. I picked some of my favorite games to pit them against. So are you guys ready for this?
Yeah,
These are good ones. These are good ones.
Gotta get ready.
I don't even know how you guys can choose. I don't even know how you're gonna choose.
Stretch.
These are like the 3 best games ever. So just be careful. All right. Game number 1, Root. Leader game, Root. Game number 2, Blood Rage. Game number 3, Ethnos. They're all area control games. See what I did there? All right. Well, John, since we're going around the board, we're going to start with you.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Daniel. I've got to say, initially, next to me, yours is the best list.
Yeah.
So far.
I win.
No, you come in second.
Well,
but anyway, I'm going to have to say, wow, this is a tough one. This is actually a tough list. I'm going back and forth with Root and Ethnos for my play, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to go ahead and say I will play Root because it's been a while since I've played it. And maybe I'll even try a non-bird character. As Daniel knows, I've always played the what's the Eerie as the original ones.
Eerie, and then I
played the Eerie until what was the other ones that came out?
The Crovid, not the COVID, the Crovid.
The Crovid, that's right, because I kept calling them the COVID. It was right around the time COVID came out. I was like, they're dangerous like COVID, baby. And so I think I'm going to go with Root. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I would like to play me some Root again. And just get in there and then have no idea somebody's about to win. You know, because that's usually what happens in Root.
100%.
Like, oh, wait a minute. Where did that come from? Stop it. 2 has got to be Ethnos. It's one of my favorite games. I can't get rid of Ethnos. It's one that you can always break out. Every game's different.
Yep.
And you can depend on what characters you use, you can gauge it towards your audience, so it's great that way. It's such a beautiful game that is in no need of a reprint, that's for sure.
No, that's not true.
There. And yes, that is not true. And I guess I'm going to have to I've never played Blood Rage, and so I'm afraid I'm not going to get to because I'm going to trade it. So there you go. I can't compete with the other two. That's what I got on that one. Chris, how about you, buddy?
Okay. Yeah. It's a good list, and I actually, unfortunately, I think I got the exact same ones as John. This is not great for television, but I think it is.
Very...
So, Root. Every single time I play that game, I still feel like I need to play it some more because I still don't feel I can give it a fair rating review type thing until I've played every race. Like, it's just, I because they all play so differently and stuff. Sure. I really can't wrap my mind around how I feel about the game.
He doesn't want to be called a racist.
There you go.
There you go.
Hashtag not a fan of being called that.
There you go.
Yes. And so yeah, I want to play it just because I want to someday get to that point where I can feel good about my feeling on the game. Then I am going to shelf Ethnos, if no other reason that I can use that to browbeat all you pretty art people with your games. Everybody loves this stupid game that even I admit looks like trash. I love the game. It's great, but it's a trash looking game. But everyone just can't get enough of it, and then they blast these other games that actually have better art. So that will always be on my shelf just to browbeat people with, if nothing else. And then Blood Rage, I've been told, is like basically a newer version of Chaos in the Old World, and I got to stay on brand and got to stay with the old school. So
there you go.
Get rid of that Blood Rage.
Go.
All right. Good pick.
Well done, Chris. That's your best opinions ever.
I really thought you were going to toss out Root, so I colored me surprised.
I'm surprised
there.
too. Yep.
Yeah. All right, Andy, what do you got? What's your list?
All right. Well, I do have something different than these guys, so that'll make me stand out. Of course. A horse is a course of a horse. A horse, of course.
Wow.
Boy, it's getting bad when I'm referencing Mr. Ed. The game
Did you
I
do
would
the
keep
voice
on
of
the
Mr.
shelf.
Ed?
Did you voice Mr. Ed?
Wilbur. For the game I would keep, I'm going to keep Ethnos all the time. It's such a great gateway game. It does look awful, and
That's
I
not
think
one of
we're
the
all in
options.
agreement there. What's that?
Keep isn't one of the options. It's play, shelf, trade.
Shelf. That means
Okay,
keep.
thank
That
you.
means keep. I'm doing it out of order. I'm sorry, but shelf. I'm going to shelf Ethnos.
Okay.
It's a great,
Okay,
great gateway game. I can get anybody to play it. It's really not that long. Easy to explain. Lots of variability with the different races. Ethnos is a good game. As far as what I'm going to play, I'm going to play Blood Rage. Absolutely. I played it actually not too long ago. Probably a couple months ago, and I loved it. It was only the second time I played it, and it was like so much fun. I really enjoyed it. So the miniatures are cool too, and it's not a game I own, but I want to get a hold of at some point. So Blood Rage was fantastic, and of course, Daniel knows this, and he'll probably penalize me in points for this, but
He doesn't do the points.
well, no, of course he doesn't. It's just someone behind the scenes. That's right. I forget.
Impartial judge.
That's right. It's exclamation point.
Yeah.
The point is I actually would like to give Root another try. I really would. And I need to give it, but the problem is I've got another game that is very much area control with different powers, and that's called Tsukuyumi Full Moon Down, and I'd rather get it to the table than I would Root. So, sorry, Root's got to go. See you.
All right.
Daniel?
Somewhat predictable there, though I did thought Ethnos was going to be your play. So, all right. Well, my three is I have to stick with one of my favorites. It's in the top 10 of the games I enjoy, and that is Root. I love the asymmetricness of it. I love the replayability of it. Everything about that game just resonates with me, and just one of my favorites. For this list, I'm actually going to say I'm going to trade Ethnos, which is a little shocking because Ethnos is a go-to game for me. I love that it plays 6 players. I think it plays great. If you put the trolls in as one of the races, I win the game every time. I'm unbeatable with the trolls because winning ties is how you win the game right there. So, and then to shelf is Blood Rage. I have had Blood Rage for a very long time. It's actually right there on my shelf, those of you who are keen-eyed, and I just don't get it played enough, and I really want to play it. It's a great game. I think it deserves all the rage it gets. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. But yeah,
it just deserve all the blood it gets.
Exactly. But
the question.
It just doesn't come out enough, and part of that's my fault. I have too many games, but there you go. So those are my 3. All right.
Okay,
And that's it for that.
Look at that. He did it in time, too.
Oh, he's going to get extra points for that.
Yeah.
There should be
Daniel's
penalties
gonna
for
get
those of
extra
us that
points.
don't do it, for those that didn't do it in time. Me and Daniel were on point there, by the way.
That's right.
Daniel.
Well, what did you do it on time? I wonder if that impartial judge is forgetting to hit the start timer on somebody.
That's probably what it is.
So,
There are people behind the scenes doing all these things. We have no idea who they are,
that's right.
including the timers.
All right, so we are ready for the next segment.
Like what you've seen, you'd like to see the entire episode, click on the link in the comments below.